What's up, guys? We are back today to bring you guys a very special video. Now, we just recently got back from the Carnival Vista. We had an 11-day cruise starting in New York and finishing in Miami. It was fantastic, such a blast. But we have compiled a list of 10 items of good things that we thought were like great additions to the Vista. Some meh, okay things, not really great, not really horrible things, and then some not good things, like bad. I really hope Carnival fixes these things. So we've compiled a list of 10 things. Before we get into that though, I do have one quick announcement for you guys. The last video that you saw us, we announced that we were going on the Carnival Glory in March and the Carnival Pride in September. Well, I have another announcement for you guys. We have a special top secret cruise. I'm not giving you any details right now, but it is within a month from when we get back from the Glory. So, and we are quite excited about it, right?
We are very excited. It's just me and you again.
Yeah, so. We are very excited. Details about that soon, all right? So now, back to the purpose of this video. So we have a list of 10 things. We're gonna go through the good things first, what we thought made the Vista like very, very good, a superb ship, and then we'll get to the other 2 items. So the first thing that we really liked was the outdoor dining options. Mom, what did you think of the outdoor dining options?
I thought they were really good. We had a lot of options. We basically did our outdoor dining with Pig and Anchor.
Right.
So, you know, we really enjoyed that openness, not crowded.
You have the option of Pig and Anchor, the Steakhouse, Fahrenheit 525, Bonsai Sushi, Cherry on Top. Is there any more?
Well, just outside there, the lanai, where Pig and Anchor is.
Yeah. Just like there's a whole bunch of outdoor seating, like you really get, Vista is view, and you really get like views. Vista held up to its name. There is tons of views, places to see the ocean, see the islands that you're in that day, so superb job on that. Next one up is it did not ever, the only time that it ever felt crowded was in the shows, but we'll talk about that in just a second.
And when we disembarked at Grand Turk.
Take 0. Oh my gosh.
Waiting to go down.
Oh, yeah. Waiting to get off the ship. But I mean, that's expected. That's like every single ship, no matter what cruise line you're on, that's going to be expected.
Unless you wait until everyone's off 2 hours later.
Right. But like at Lido, at buffet, high peak times, down on deck 5 in the hall, it never felt crowded. Never felt crowded. It was amazing. I don't know.
We were at max capacity. We were 4,300 people. I'll never forget that. And remember, I think we broke the record for luggage.
Yeah, we had, our cruise had 8,000 pieces of luggage. But I mean, people were packing for cold and warm. But it never felt crowded. So I don't know how they did that, but superb job, Carnival, on that.
Next, we've been on ships that have been, like, we felt...
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and tell you, my favorite ship is still the Carnival Breeze. And that ship, up there on Lido, it is like... You're like squeezing through people. I don't know what makes the Vista different because it doesn't look different. Again, we'll talk about that in just a second.
I think it's more options. I think it's more dining options, really, because
it spreads the people out more evenly.
It spreads them out because they have their options to go to, if they want to go to the Italian for lunch, or to Gigi's Asian Kitchen, or to Lido or Pig and Anchor. There's just so many options that they don't have to all go into Lido to eat.
Right. So the I don't know, diversing the crowd, spreading the crowd.
Just the options.
Crowd control was very, very good. Next up, the probably my favorite show was Flick, like by far. Flick it debuted on the Vista. I think it's now on the Breeze or Sunshine or something.
On Breeze.
Yeah, or maybe on the Sunshine too, but superb show. Superb. I mean, the vocals. Spot on. The just the special effects. I think we've already talked about this, but Flick is a must. If you don't go see any other show, if you're not a show fan, you will be a show fan. Like once you see Flick. Flick is like out of this world amazing. They use like technology, lasers, video screens, you know, confetti, fabric. It's just by far one of the best shows, if not the best that I've ever seen. So that is the really, really good things. Now we're getting to the what we call the meh things. So the okay, not terrible. It's like not, you know, not a day ruined, but
and you may differ in
yeah,
your
no,
opinions.
these are our opinions. Form your own, and you know, let me know what you think in the comments. Yours may be completely opposite, but from my perspective, these are so. Number one on the meh scale is the dreamscape, or as everybody else refers to it as the LED column, the thing in the atrium and in the casino, the two like tornado looking funnel things. They're called the dreamscape, and it was cool. It has a cool factor, but
and the diversity of what they put on it.
Right.
They
I don't know that it is I don't know that it was worth giving up that grand atrium. Like I was just discussing with her, it would be great if they could keep the grand atrium, so keep the glass elevators and the funnel. Like if they had both of those, oh man, superb. Like maybe have the funnel go up, you know, like where the musicians, like on the older ships where the musician thing is, if they had the funnel going there and then you had the glass elevators going up, maybe that would be something. I don't know if you guys are following, you may just see my hands going everywhere, but maybe hopefully you're like getting the visual picture yourself and you see the glass elevator still going up. That would be a superb lobby.
Ironically, your profile picture is in front of the dreamscape.
Where? Oh yeah, on Facebook. My profile picture is on in front of the dreamscape, and people are going crazy.
That is on the meh scale, but yeah,
it's on the meh. I know, right? So I guess my profile picture is also on the meh scale. Next up, we have limited availability of the Havana area. So in other words, if you're not booked in Havana, it's kind of like a part of the ship that you're paying for that for most of the day you don't really get to see, use, like you don't know really what, like that is the one hallway that we never went to, was like the Havana Cabins hallway, which I think you can walk down them if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm.
But we only went to the Havana bar, on the first or second night?
Right, and we went back there just kind of check it out, but it's like, it's open to everybody after 7 o'clock, but then like after 7, you know, you've like dressed up for dinner more than likely, you're getting ready to go see a show or something. Not really, you know, totally in the mood to go out and, you know, swim in a swimming pool at that time. I mean, I'm sure, you know,
it has the pool is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm sure it has its own crowd. I mean, if we were in the Havana Cabins, that's where we would have been, you know, most of our days.
Because it's exclusive and you wouldn't have a crowd.
But if you're not booked in the Havana Cabin, it's just like this closed off section of the ship that you can't really go to. So,
and your favorite thing, of course, is to watch the wake.
Right. I love to stand at the back of the ship and just, you know, look out and watch the wake, and as close to the water as I can. And in this case, as close as you could get was deck 10. So.
And then you're still recessed in.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, whatever. I mean, again, some people could to completely differ with everything that we're saying. You know,
and if they stayed in Havana, I'm sure they have a whole different perspective.
Right.
You know, because to them, I'm sure it was awesome, amazing. Now, we did do some pictures, formal pictures there at the lobby of the Havana bar.
Yeah.
Remember? And I mean, and it was the decor in Havana is beautiful.
It is. Like it really looks like you're in like a Cuban. Yeah, it looks like you're in a Cuban restaurant.
It gave that vibe to me.
Right.
And the music that was playing that night, you know, it was a very Cuban vibe. I could get that, you know, and if I stayed there.
You know, to be honest, the Havana bar was almost like, I don't know, Carnival may be shooting for this, but it was almost like the nightclub. Like from what I heard, like we never went to the nightclub, which was really the theater. They like shut off half of it, like put curtains up. It's crazy.
Well, I went to Carnival Quest, which did.
Yeah. But like the Havana bar always seemed popular at night, while like from what we heard, the Liquid, you know, club, whatever it was, didn't seem like it was very popular. So I don't know, maybe Carnival needs to expand on that. But that's number 2 of meh. Number 3 is it is very similar. The Vista class is very similar to the Dream class. So you didn't really get that like initial first day exploring. We pretty much got on and kind of knew where everything was. So that was kind of like if you've been on more than one cruise, it's fun the first day to kind of, you don't know your way around the ship. You want to explore new areas of the ship, stuff that you've never seen before. And we didn't really get that with the ship. The only new things that really were there to explore was the Havana area, like big sections. Other than that, it was just, a change of paint on the wall and, a different tile layout on the floor. It wasn't...
I mean, for us, the new thing to explore this time for us was the spa.
Yes. That we have never had
a spa room.
We've never had a spa room, so that was the big explorer moment for us. But after that, we pretty much knew like where everything was. So
and ironically, because of your age and stuff, we never went to Serenity.
Yeah, no, we never went to Serenity.
I've seen other people, like Derek and stuff has posted, pictures of Serenity. I didn't even go to Serenity because I didn't get to take you with me.
Yeah,
so I missed that.
That's the other area that we didn't get to go to. But it is very similar to the Dream Class. So if you are a person that does like knowing, ahead of time what to expect, if you've been on a Dream Class, that would be the Carnival Dream, Carnival Magic, and Carnival Breeze. You'll be pretty familiar with the Vista class.
And Horizon.
And Horizon.
But, because you're telling me, the Pride is, he's telling me the Pride's completely different layout. Yeah. So we're going to have this experience when we go on a Pride where I'm going to be lost for
the Pride
a couple days.
The Pride is a class of ship that we have not done yet. So, it'll be very interesting to explore that. From what I've seen, photos, videos online, the Pride looks like an amazing ship, very beautiful. Can't wait to get on it. But the last one in our meh section is IMAX. Now, I'm gonna let her give her 2 cents on what she thought because we do have a differing of opinions on IMAX. So go ahead and give me in 60 seconds. I'm gonna 60 seconds.
I like
what
IMAX.
You think on IMAX.
I liked IMAX. The experience. I had never done IMAX before. So going in there and just the idea of being there on the ship, getting that experience. And what Carnival, I think, is looking at is they want to debut, open movies on, like premiere night and to draw that crowd. Now, when we went, the movie, we watched, what was it we watched?
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts. And it had been out a week by the time we went to see it. So it wasn't overly crowded. But from what I hear, the first 2 nights, it was sold out. So I can see where it has that draw. For people. And I liked that. I did like that, but I also agree with you in why you don't like it, but I think for Carnival, they're trying to,
they're trying something new.
They're trying something new to get things that will draw people in. And to make it unique. And I think they achieved that factor because no other ship has an IMAX.
Okay.
And to have that perspective in there made it really good.
All right. My perspective on the IMAX is, if you've been to an IMAX theater on land, there's really not a purpose to going at sea. Unless you don't have anything that day. So here's what I would tell you if you're thinking about, should I go to the IMAX, should I not? If you've been to an IMAX theater before on land, if there's nothing to do that day, so if you look at the fun times and you say, nothing in here really, there's trivia, I don't want to go do that, deck party, whatever. Don't want to do any of that stuff. Go see an IMAX movie. It'll be a very good way.
Or if it's a premiere night.
Right, or if it's a premiere night. But if there is other stuff that you are questioning, like, I want to go do this, but should we go do an IMAX? Go do the other thing that you want to do, because like I said, in the end, yeah, it's really cool, but it's not worth giving up something else that you want to do to go do it. So it's not like a big wow moment. Like you step in there and like, yeah, it's crazy that they fit this massive theater in this ship. Like it
3 decks high.
But like again, they took away the Grand Atrium to do it. I don't know that like that was the best decision.
Straight off.
But
we enjoyed it, and it was really weird. The day we did it, it was stormy at sea.
Right, so that was a good day to do it.
Right, and Fantastic Beasts, ironically, was about, a cruise coming into New York. And the way the sea was choppy, it almost made us feel like we were on the boat at one point.
Yeah, no.
So it almost
had a 4D effect to it. But
It was neat.
That is our take on IMAX. So if you're out there questioning, oh, should I go see the IMAX movie? I think the movies was what, $12 a person?
$12.50.
$12.50 a person. Snacks not included. Snacks
However,
are extra.
Snacks
it
are
was
extra,
comparable.
but if you have, I did find out if you have, and we didn't know this, if you have your drink card, you can get your drinks there. It does work for that. So you can get your sodas and your drinks there.
Good job, Mama Hokum, doing your look. I taught her well, y'all. I taught her well.
So you can do that.
Very
it's just
good.
other
All
stuff
right,
extra.
that is our take on IMAX. Now we're getting to the not so good things. So the things that we found that were like, wow, this needs improvement. And that is to be expected. This is the first ship in its class. You know, there's going to be things that need fixed.
Trial and error.
So that was expected. But the number one thing was the lack of the grand atrium. It just, at each passing day, it felt like more and more closed in. You know, like there was not that open feel to it. You know, like this. We didn't feel like we were in this large ship. Because like you never got a sense of how large it was, you know, until you were on land. Now on land, looking up at it, you were like, wow, this is massive.
When we got to Grand Turk that first time, we seen the ship when we docked
in New York,
and we were standing there going, wow,
Yeah.
you know, and that we have that on video. But when we got off the ship in Grand Turk and we turned around and looked at the ship, I mean, that was really the first time we got to see really the true massiveness of
Right.
it. And all because in New York, you know, we were still surrounded by the port. But there in Grand Turk, with it being all open, I mean, it was just like, oh,
Yeah, it's huge. But inside, you don't really get that.
Yeah.
So the lack of the grand atrium is one thing. I don't know, maybe Carnival's moving towards that. I do hope that they're not. I do hope that they will bring back those, you know, that grand atrium glass elevators kind of feel, because it is very gorgeous.
Or put it somewhere.
Yeah. Give us a grand.
If
If it's not in the atrium, give a grand view. You know, a large. You know,
on the back of the ship or something.
right,
Or
something.
the front of the ship.
Now this one is. I think everybody and their sister has heard of this by now.
John Hield has heard this more times than he cares to.
Bless his heart.
We're sorry, John.
The theaters. Oh man. These theaters are.
Liquid and Limelight.
Yes, they're not good. Okay, so Limelight is like the comedy theater, so it's the smaller theater of the two. They basically tried to fit the same amount of seats in a theater that is, like, I would say at least half smaller.
It was definitely smaller than the
It's
Breeze
it's smaller than the Breeze.
even than the Valor.
Yeah.
I mean,
like this theater, literally,
least it
you
felt
could
like it.
not at some portions you had to like stand up and scoot.
We were like this.
Yeah, no, we were like this in the chair. Like you to get by. Like there's like the chairs were like this close to each other, like front to back. It was yeah.
Like that.
So you're like squeezing in between that little tiny space. It is bad. And then in the Liquid, if you don't get there early, if you're not
like 45 minutes.
Yeah, like 30, 45 minutes early, you are going to be looking at a pole or the back of somebody's head for
And
the
I mean
entire
30
show.
to 45 minutes before they open the doors, not before the show starts.
Right.
Before
They open the doors
30 minutes before the show starts. It opened
Well, I wouldn't
at
say
9.
45 minutes
Oh,
before.
I would because we got in line.
If you want like a front row seat, then yeah. But
Yeah. We would get in line usually about 8:30 to 8:40.
Mm-hmm.
And still, we were still kind of far back.
Yeah.
And that was 20 to 25 minutes.
What they did is they did ground level, and then the seating that slopes up in the back, they decreased the slope on it, so the chairs they didn't decrease the chair size, so if you're not careful, you're going to be looking at the back of somebody's head, or there's these large metal poles which like run the wires for the ship inside of them, but like there is like a good 20, 30, 40 seats even that are like blocked by this pole, and it's like useless sitting there. Like you literally would have to sit there and watch the show like this the whole time.
And I mean, we've
it's
been
not
on
good
other
at all.
ships that have not had poles like that.
Right.
And seen other theaters
Right.
that are not
The
configured.
strangest thing to me was the chairs over where you know where the sound booth normally is on the ships. There's chairs like, so the sound booth is like in the very middle upper deck of the theater. Well, there's chairs
in
there,
front of
and
it.
then there's chairs behind that, but they're not raised up. Like, there is no way that you can see the show with those. I don't know. The theaters are bad. Carnival knows about it. They're supposedly working on a fix for it. So,
but I don't know.
We just
if it'll
thought
be
that
fixed for the Horizon. I
don't think it is.
At least, and maybe, if anything, maybe they'll raise those up.
The chairs up. Yeah, it's still two. Yeah, and the other thing is it's only 2 levels and not 3, so they like decrease the overall theater size.
And I don't understand that, because I mean, like for Flick, it was standing room only.
Yeah. And
I think for one of the other shows, it was almost standing room only. Mm-hmm. So I don't get it. But
right. And then the last thing on our list is the Sky Ride line is incredibly too long.
Now Sky Ride is fun.
I have an idea.
We did like Sky Ride.
I have an idea on how to fix it. What they could do for the Seafood Shack, when you go and order your food, you get a pager system. You get like a little buzzer, and when your food is ready, you take the buzzer to them and you get your food. Why can we not have the same system, maybe a little different,
or something similar
for Skyride? Look, they could even take it a step further and put it in the Hub app, put it in the Carnival Hub app. You can go in and say, I want to ride Skyride at, around 1 o'clock. Well, then it'll show you times, because I mean, it was pretty consistent. Like, I did it twice, and each time it took between 3 and 4 minutes.
30.
No, to go around the track. To ride the ride, it took between 3 and 4 minutes. But you're waiting at least 30 minutes. If it's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least, like, minimum 30 minutes.
I mean, a lot of, I equivalent this to a theme park ride.
Right.
So, we've done our shares of theme parks, in Tennessee and Florida.
Right.
And, those places have Fast Pass, Q-Bot,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then they could go a step further with it and be like, Diamond guests get priority, on time slots, I mean, they can expand that a whole lot and put some loyalty in that. It needs to be be done. The line was ridiculously long. And like if they go with that system, you could say, I want to take it here. Well, then you're not having to stand in line wasting your vacation. You can be down, eating lunch, sitting by the pool, getting a tan. And then when your time slot comes up, it sends you a notification. You go up to Skyride, get on your ride, you ride the ride, and you're done. Like it seems very simple. So but that is that's 10 things that we have discovered on the Vista. Good, meh, and not so good. Be sure to let me know down below your opinions. Really quickly, I did want to let you guys know that you can find me on Facebook now. It is Josh Hokum YT. It's a picture of me standing in front of the Dreamscape. But feel free, go over and give that a like. We'll be doing some live videos, some contests. I'll post regular photos, updates, all kinds of stuff over there, exclusive stuff. Make sure you go over, check that out. Other than that, guys, that's going to do us for this video. I will see you guys very soon in a Q&A video, okay? That Q&A video is coming. A lot of you guys have been asking, where is that at? Very, very soon. We'll see you guys then. Okay, guys? That's it for us. Peace out.
Bye.
I think we're made of something.
Very good. I hope the camera's still running. I hope we didn't fill up 6 gigs, because that's how much I had to empty.